A lot of people spend enormous energy trying to prove that they're valuable. They mention their experience, title, education, how long they've been doing something, maybe even how many people they've managed, how successful they were in the past. And sometimes all that matters, but there's a problem. The more time you spend trying to convince people you're valuable, the more you risk signaling that they haven't figured it out for themselves. There's a stronger strategy. Become more valuable. Not more impressive or decorated, more useful. Become the person who can solve a problem other people can't solve. Explain something other people can't explain. See something other people have missed. Make a good decision when everyone else is confused. Maybe even calm down a situation that is getting worse. Take something complicated and make it understandable. All that's valued. And the interesting thing about real value is that eventually you don't have to announce it. People experience it. Think about the people you trust most professionally. Usually it isn't because they constantly remind you how qualified they are. It's because when something difficult happens, you want them in the room. You want them in the conversation to make the decisions with you. That's a very different form of authority. One is claimed, the other is earned. And I think a lot of people get trapped because they confuse credentials with capability. Credentials can open a door. Capability determines what happens after you walk through it. Your degree may get you attention, your title may give you authority, your resume may even get you hired. But eventually people start asking a much simpler question. Can you actually help? Can you make this better? Can you solve something? Create clarity? Can you produce a result? And if the answer is consistently yes, your value starts becoming very difficult to argue with. This is especially important because a lot of status signals are very temporary. Someone can take away your title, a company can reorganize, sometimes a younger person can arrive with newer technical knowledge than you. Industries can change as well, like it is now. A skill that once made you special can become common. So if your identity is built around proving that you're valuable because of what you've already done, eventually you become defensive. You protect your status and resist change. You start explaining why your experience should still matter. But if your identity is built around becoming more capable, the question changes. Instead of asking, do people recognize my value? You start asking, what can I learn that makes me more useful? What problem can I get better at solving, or what capability can I develop that I don't have yet? That mindset is much harder to replace. And this doesn't mean you should never communicate your accomplishments. Of course you should. There's plenty of circumstances where that's necessary. There are moments when you need to establish credibility quickly. But credibility works best when the claim and the reality match. If you say you're an expert, eventually people will test that. If you say you're a leader, eventually something difficult will happen. If you say you're a great communicator, eventually someone will misunderstand you. That's when your real value shows up. Not in what you said about yourself, in what you can actually do. So maybe the goal shouldn't be to spend more time proving your value. Maybe the goal should be to become the person whose value becomes obvious through repeated experience. Learn more, practice more, get better at solving important problems, develop judgment, develop clarity, develop skills that make other people more effective when you're around. Because the strongest form of credibility is not convincing people that you matter. It's becoming so useful that they reach that conclusion without your help.